Headlines today is in possession of the footage of the chilling loot carried out at an ATM in Yusufgura market in Hyderabad. The video clearly shows the attacker wearing a handkerchief across his face to avoid being identified. He tries to withdraw money from the ATM and checks the victim's purse, but the machine does not dispense the cash. The attacker then threatens the woman before fleeing the scene. The woman, meanwhile, remains paralyzed due to fear. The incident happened on Wednesday morning at an ATM in Yusufgura market in Hyderabad. A call center employee was looted of her chain, earrings and a Samsung cell phone by the attacker. TS Sudhir, Editor South, is now joining us with more details. Sudhir, the CCTV footage is scary to say the least. To note how brazen the robbery was, does it not raise serious questions about the security at this ATM?
Absolutely, and this corroborates the version given by Sri Lalita, the victim at that ATM loot in Yusufgura in Hyderabad yesterday morning at around 7:35. She had told us that she was threatened with a pistol by this particular attacker, and he told her very clearly that even though the money has not been dispensed by the ATM, she should not get out of the ATM. He had taken her PIN number, tried to take out money, but that did not happen, and he said that she should get out of the ATM only 10 minutes after he gets out, and if she does not do that, there is another person with him who would be looking at her movements. So that's why she's very scared, and as you can see in the video, she stays back, she stays put, and only after some time she gets out of the ATM. So pretty much corroborating what the version given by Sri Lalita. Now, because of the handkerchief, the police not really being able to identify the person, but yesterday the DCP of Hyderabad police had told me that they suspect that this person could be a repeat offender, and they're looking at previous database of Hyderabad police to see whether they can find anyone who matches that kind of a person which can be seen in the CCTV footage.
So, dear, also can you help us understand this area where this incident took place, Yusufgura? What does it look like at 8 a.m. in the morning when this incident happened?
Well, Yusufgura is in the western part of Hyderabad, an extremely busy area. It has a number of hostels. In fact, this girl also stayed in one of the hostels there. There are a large number of coaching institutes for different kind of courses, from Java courses to IIT and IIM kind of courses. So, in a sense, it's an extremely busy area. And this particular ATM, which is attached to the State Bank of India, is pretty much on the main road. And it is pretty surprising that a little before 8 o'clock in the morning, an incident like this has taken place. The police pretty horrified at the fact that there was no security guard deployed, even though it is attached to a main branch of the State Bank of India, and they say that that's one of the major lapses that has been committed by the bank authorities. Brand
consultant Harish Bijur is also joining us on the phone line. Sir, this was a brazen attack. There was no guard at the ATM also, is what we understand. Do you think that it raises really serious questions about the safety of citizens when they are in kiosks like this withdrawing money?
Yeah, this is a deja vu situation because this has happened again and again. It's happened in Hyderabad, it's happened in Bangalore, it's happened in Tamil Nadu, it goes on. The key issue, however, is that, there are vulnerable masses in big cities. Big cities have big problems, and this is one of them. And the vulnerable masses are essentially women, children, and anybody dealing with money, and anybody coming out from a rural area just new to the big city. And I think all crime happens against such people, and we need to be careful about that.
Yes, and you belong to Bangalore, sir, and this incident immediately takes one back to the incident that happened in Bengaluru, where this woman was hit with a machete, if I'm getting it correct there. Do you think that with these incidents taking place, it is the responsibility also of the governments to ensure that banks have enough security so that people are not scared of going and withdrawing money?
Absolutely. In fact, if you really look at an ATM is an avatar of a bank. Yes. And the bank is an avatar of the financial system of this country. So at the end of the day, it is the responsibility of the banks to ensure that safety and security of those withdrawing money 24/7, if the ATM operates 24/7, is ensured.
All right, Mr. Bijur, I'd request you to stay on with us. We're getting one more story. We'd like your comments on that as well. Chain snatching incident are on the rise in Bengaluru. In fact, the whole sequence of one of these incidents was captured on CCTV. You can see on your television screens there are two bike pawn thieves who stop near an old woman. One man gets off the bike and pretends to ask for an address. The woman is distracted, turns away to give directions, and in the meanwhile, the thief reaches out to her neck and snatches the gold chain. When the woman raises an alarm, the thief rushes to the bike and flees. Revati is joining us with more details on that story. Revati, what is the police saying in this case? The CCTV footage, of course, clearly shows how these thieves snatched the chain from this old lady.
Yes, it is very clear from the CCTV footage that within less than 40 seconds, they finished the whole thing and just went in their two-wheeler. Now, the police, since they've got the CCTV footage, it was easy for them to nab the culprits, but so far they haven't found both of them, both of them who have come on the bike. But they've registered a complaint and they're verifying the CCTV footage, and they're saying they will nab both of them very soon.
All right, Revati, also the CCTV that is available shows these two asking for directions from this old lady. And we also understand that incidents of chain snatching are on the rise in Bengaluru. What specifically does the police have to say about that?
Yes, in most of these cases when they come, this is what they do, they ask for directions. In this particular case, they did come ask for directions in Hindi, and the woman did not understand, so they actually repeated the question and pointed out at the direction behind her, asking if the house behind her house was the one, and when she turned, that's when they snatched the case. So the police are saying that in such cases, what people, the general public, have to be aware of, that such people, first thing they do is divert your attention, be it by asking something or just pointing out at something else. So beware of them diverting your attention first, because that is when they will end up chain snatching.
All right, Harish Bijur is still with us on the phone line. Sir, you were mentioning how the women are particularly vulnerable to attacks like these. These are big cities we're talking about, Hyderabad and Bangalore, where we see a lot of women employed in the IT sector as well. Do you think under such circumstances, special attention should be paid to security specifically for women?
I think so. But, you know, I don't believe any government, any policing system can ever protect the people. Because, you know, the ratio of fleet on street, as far as the policing system is concerned and the human beings are concerned in big cities like Bengaluru and Hyderabad, just don't match. So, at the end of the day, extreme paranoia seems to be the only thing that will help. But the sad thing is, people are going to stop giving people directions. People are going to stop, you know, offering help to other people in big cities. And that is sad.
That indeed is sad. Harish Bijur, many thanks for speaking with us on Headlines today.